Hello all, in today's session we are going to discuss about the branching and looping statements in C. Okay, so what are the branching statement? In a sequential control, all the statements are executed in the order in which they are written sequentially in a program from top to bottom. However, it is necessary for the programmer to execute or skip certain part of the statement based on the certain condition. It is a possible way of using the branching statement. These branching statements are also called as a conditional or a decision making statements. So there are some of the five types are there. We are going to see one by one. One is simple if statements, or we are going to call it as a one way selection statement. Second, if else statement, we are going to call it as a two way selection. Next is nested if statement or a nested if else statement, that is we are going to call it as a multi way. Next comes the else if ladder or a cascaded if statement. It is a multi way. And next comes the switch statement. Again it is a multi way branching statement. So one by one we are going to discuss. First one is we are going to discuss about the simple if statement. This is the one way selection statement available in C. It helps the programmer to execute or skip true block of statement based on a given condition. The syntax or a flowchart are given below. Here you can see that syntax if condition. If the condition is true, the inside the if condition there are some block of statements are there, those are going to execute. Else if the condition going to false, it is going to come under the out of the if condition and the next statements are going to execute. Okay, we are going to check one of the example. In that we are going to see that how the if condition is going to work. Okay, in the above syntax the given condition will be evaluated true or false by the machine. If it is a true, then the true blocks or statements are going to execute, otherwise no. Okay, here are some of the simple example where we are going to check the simple if statement. Okay, as usually you people are knowing, here it is a we are going to find the largest of two numbers. Okay, so here we are having the header file. As usual our program begins with hash include stdio.h. Next we require the main program, that is main function void main. Main is necessary because the execution starts from the main itself. Next here we are declaring the two variables of integer data type. Okay, and next it is a CLR SCR, it is going to work for the clearing the screen. Next as usual we are going to give the one of the printf statement, enter the two numbers. And next for the printf we are going for the scanf statement, %d ampersand n1 and n2. Okay, so for example here we are taking the two numbers 10 and 20. For n1 is 10 and n2 is 20. If n2 is greater than n1, if n2 is greater than n1, then it is going to print largest number is n2. So here n2 is 20 and n1 is 10. So here the this statements what it is going to give the result is that it is going to give the true blocks of statement. 20 is greater than 10. For that purpose it is going to print largest number is n2, that is n2 is nothing but the 20. Okay, if suppose next we are going to write if n1 is greater than n2, again we are going to change the values. For timing we are taking n1 as a 20 and n1 as 10, n2 as 20. So here this block of code is going to execute. Okay, so in this manner this is the simple if going to work. Okay, next there are so many examples are there, we are going to discuss. Next here what is going to do, here we are taking the three variables n1 n2 and large. Okay, to find the largest of two numbers. As usual we are using for the printf and scanf statements. Okay, and we are assigning large equal to n1. If n2 is greater than large, then large equal to n2. If n2 is less than large, so it is n1 will be assigned to the large. Here the some of the more examples are available here. Okay, you can go through that. We'll skip to this and we'll go to the next statement, if else statement. It is a two-way selection. It executes either true block of statements or a false block of statement based on the given condition. It is used by the programmer to select one from two alternatives. Here the syntax is there, if condition, true blocks of statements are executed, else the false block of statements are going to execute. Okay, again the same explanation they have given, we have given here in the above syntax. The given condition will be evaluated for true or false by the machine. If it is a true, then the true blocks of statements are executed. Here it is a true, then true blocks of executed. If it is a false, then the false block of statements are going to executed. Here we have taken the again on a same example, largest of two numbers using simple if else condition. Okay, Weidman, we have the header file. Okay, for reading, writing, we have the syntaxes of the C. Directly I am coming to this point. Here you can observe that if n1 is greater than n2, then the largest will be n1, else the largest will be n2. In this manner we are going to execute the simple if else condition. Again here they have given the so many we have given here another example, finding the leap year. Okay, for finding the leap year, we are as usual we are giving the header file. Next main function, we are taking integer type year. Next we are giving the enter the year to be checked. Next we have the scanf to reading the year which the value we are going to execute. Here the condition, if year mod 4 equal to 0, ampersand conditional and. Next year mod 100 not equal to 0, conditional or year mod 400 equal to 0. Okay, if this condition is true, it is going to execute, will be the leap year, else it is a not a leap year. Okay, fine. This is all about the if else statement. Next we are going for here they have given the we have given the some of the more examples about the if else statement. We can go through this. Next we have the nested if statements. It is a multi-way selection statement. In the type, the programmer uses simple if or if else statement with another if statement. Hence it is called as nested if. It helps to select the one from many alternatives based on the given condition. This syntax flowchart are examples as follows. Syntax: if expression 1, if it is executed, it is a true, then it is going to inside the if condition. In the if condition we are checking the another if condition. If expression 2, then it is also true, then these blocks of statements are going to execute. Okay, else if expression 2 is false, evaluated to false, then the else part is going to be executed. Okay, so this is the if inside if. Just imagine this expression is evaluated to false, so directly it is coming to the else part, and the remaining statements are going to be executed. Okay, this is all about the nested if. Here we have the some of the examples for the nested if to find the largest of three numbers. Okay, this program is going to find the largest of three numbers. As usual, the program begins with header file stdio.h. Next we have the main function. Integer type, we are taking the three numbers. For the three numbers we are taking the three variables, integer a, comma integer b, comma integer c, and we are for finding the large we are taking the another variable as a large. Next we have given the statement printf, enter the three numbers. These to read these three numbers we are return the scanf function, scanf %d, %d, ampersand a, ampersand b, ampersand c. So here we are going for the first, we are going to check the if a is greater than b, if a is greater than b and a is greater than c, then the large will be a. If a is greater than b and a is greater than c, then large will be a. If a is greater than b and a is less than c, then the large will be c. Okay, if a is less than b, then it is coming to the else part. In the else part, it is going to check b is greater than c, If the B is greater than C, then the large will be B, else the large will be C. So this is the program for checking the largest of three numbers. And next we have the next one, else if ladder, or we are going to call it as a cascaded if statement. It is a multi-way selection statement. Okay, it helps the programmer to use another if else condition, another if else statement only within the else part of the previous if else statement. Here the syntax you will understand. If expression 1 it is true, then it is we are going for the statement 1. If the expression 1 is false, it is going for else if condition. In the again we are checking the else if, else if, else if, n number of else if, that is for that we are going to call it as if ladder or a cascaded if statement. And finally we are going for some of the default statement. Let's see the one of the program. Here you will get to know that how cascaded statements are going to work. Here the program is to find the grades of the students based on the average mark. If the students average marks is between 80 to 100, we are going to honor a grade. Next, if it is 60 to 79, we are we are going to give the grade as a first division, 50 to 90 second, 40 to 49 third, and 0 to 39 fail. Okay, let's see the program. As usual, our program begins with the main function. We have taken the average of float type, and next we are going to calculate the student average using the cascaded if statement. If student average is greater than or equal to 80, so the student, it is going to print the honors. Else if the marks of the student or average of the students is greater than 60, first division. Next, else if average is greater than or equal to 50, second division. Average is greater than or equal to third division. And finally, if it is less than in between between 0 to 39, we are going to call it print the statement it as a fail. So this is all about the if else statement. Here are some of the another example for the cascaded. Here we are finding the roots of quadratic equation. We can go through this. This is the first lab program. Okay, in the lab session we have explained this program, so I am skipping it. I am going to next statement, that is the last statement, the switch statement. It is another multi-way statement. It helps the programmer to select one from many alternatives. It is mainly used by the programmers to provide the menu options for the end users. The program selects from displayed menus. Okay, syntax, switch value, case 1, case 2, case 3, and some of the statements are here, and finally default statement. The working we are going to see here. In the above syntax, the positive value will be compared against all the cases values one after another from the top to bottom. Whether it matches with that associated block of statement, it is going to execute. Otherwise, the default statement are going to work. What are the limitations of using the switch statement? We can pass only integer value or a character constant to a switch body. Rules for using the switch statement: the switch value must be an integer type, or it may be a character type also. Case label must be unique and constant. Case label must be end with the colon. The break and default statements are optional. Okay, here we are going to illustrate the simple switch statements with this given program. As well, our program begins with the void main. Enter the choice. 1, 2, 3 we are given the choice. To read the choice we are using the scanf. Switch ch, that is nothing but the switch choice. If we are going to give this choice is 1, you have selected first choice. Sorry. If we are given the choice 2, it is going to select the second choice. If we are given the choice as a 3, it is going to print the selected choice is third. If we are not given choice, we are given as a choice 4, so it is going to print invalid choice. Understood? This is all about the switch statement. Here are some of the more examples which we already discussed in the class. So this is all about the branching statements available in C.